players in double figures, got 30 assists. How much did you like the balanced offense tonight against the Nets?
I think that's great, the ability to share the basketball, and obviously the guys made shots, but our just willingness to trust the pass. Obviously in the first half it stuck a little bit, we turned it over, but I think down the stretch we did a great job of moving and sharing it and trusting each other.
Pregame we talked about Jalen's energy. What did you see out of him in his return tonight?
I thought he was great. Obviously defensively what he brought to the table, his physicality, getting over and under screens. But I think offensively, I really thought his pace was really good. He never got himself sped up. He was making the right play, right decision. He just let the game come to him, which is what, that's signs of growth. And being able to watch film with our coaches in the time that he was out, I think it's just huge.
Coach, congrats on the win tonight. 4 or 5 for your team, 3 in a row at home here. There's a lot of people outside of your team that may say that it's counterproductive to win games at this point in the season, given your placement in the standings. What do you have to say to those people?
Winning is counterproductive?
That in terms of standings for the lottery.
At the end of the day, we just want these guys to understand what it means to play meaningful basketball, what it means to be in tight games, tight situations, and how to figure out how to win. You're asking a young group to grow, to get better, to understand how they've got to come down in crunch time and play, and they're doing that. You ask a young group to grow, and that's what these guys have done, and they're going to continue to do.
Coach, you look at a lot of young teams finishing out the season. Not a lot of them are doing what you guys are doing, racking up a lot of wins to end the season. Some say it's like a comparison to those Phoenix Suns from the bubble where they won 8 straight, went on to be a number 1 seed the next season. Obviously, that's pretty high hopes, but what did you get to say to the ability that this team has coming next season in terms of what you guys are looking like right now?
Well, the great part about it is just like we'll say it, win or loss, we stay in the moment and just recognize that we have to just keep getting better, keep improving. How do we get guys better? How do our guys learn to continue to play with one another? And like tonight, by doing it by committee, that's the message that we continue to decide. 8 guys in double figures, 30 assists. Obviously, there's things that we got to clean up that we've talked about. The offensive rebound for them, making sure we finish plays with the small details. But our guys' ability to do it together is the most important thing for this group.
Going back to Jalen, you mentioned that was offense. Just how have you seen him grow on that end of the floor offensively from the beginning of the season till now?
Well, I think tonight was just a level of pace, the pace in which he played. He was not sped up. He was able to, find pockets to get to the basket. And then when he didn't have the basket, he was looking to make the right decision. I think there was a stretch in that third that put the ball in his hands up top, and he was making the right play. So I think those are just signs of growth on the offensive end. And then defensively, we're going to continue to ask him to be as tenacious as he can be on the ball.
Coach, you talked about 8 players being in double figures scoring tonight. Franz started a little bit slow, looked a little gimpy at one point. Maybe the ankle was bothering him a little bit, but he had 6 points in the first half. I believe he had 13 in the second half. What did you tell him at halftime to sort of get him going in the second half?
Well, with Franz, because he has such a high basketball IQ, he's reading the game, reading how teams are playing him, and as the second half went on, he started to register what was going on, and I think that was a big portion of it, looking for the certain opportunities. And the other side of it, we got stops, and a lot of those were us being able to get out on the break to run.
Speaking of Jalen's obviously a performance like today, how does it help him build for the end of the season and moving forward with you guys? And what does he add to the team when he's healthy?
When he's healthy, he adds that level of defense, getting into the basketball, guarding some of the best guys, being physical, just that level of, tenacity that he plays with. And offensively, just being able to play at a certain pace, getting downhill, stepping into a shot with confidence. I think those levels of continued growth for him are going to be huge.
Go ahead, Dan. That's right.
Joel's holding a Markel bobblehead over there. How do you think it came out, and what that likeness is like?
Am I allowed to comment on that? That's not bad. He's moving his head, and like he had to move the other night, the spin move to the dump off to Wendell. That kind of was a similar situation how he was moving. But no, that's great. The support in the building is continued to be great. We just got to keep our fans going, and 3-0 on the homestand. That's very huge for us. And so now we just got to go on the road and continue to defend the way that we have been.
Thank you, Coach Mosley.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.